Okay, stand here. Okay, I guide you. So the best thing, yeah, you lie down first and get your sacrum and your lumbars nice and solidly supported by the earth. It's better if your knees are bent and the feet in the floor, so that your belly is nice and supported by the lumbars. Okay, so you make your hands nice and warm. They're probably already warm. Just in case, shake it a little bit. Okay, so you feel that your hands are warm, circulating. Thank you. Okay, so then what we want to do is start to loosen up the spine around the... actually, before anything else, let's do the golden fish. You can do it just lying down. So with your feet, you push a little bit in the floor, and you wiggle your tail. Wiggle your sacrum, your hips, the spine, your chest, the head, everything. Make everything, your whole body loose. Rock your whole body. Okay, breathing in through the third eye. Oh yeah, there were no questions? So otherwise Sebastian has no job. Anybody has a question? Yes? No? Raise your hand if you have a question. You have to speak very close into the microphone.
How long do you stay on the point?
How long do you stay on each point? Okay, good question. You stay the time that you need until you feel that the blood is circulating, and that when the point starts to get warm and full of life and full of chi, then you know, okay, you've done your job. And then you can go on to the next point. But if the point that you're working on stays cold, doesn't move, rigid, then you know you have to keep working. That's the only thing I can say. You cannot say stay so and so many seconds. So we give a base to say 9 seconds, 9 beats, 9 pulses as a base. That depends on the type of technique that you're working with. So as not to make the artery tired. You don't want to stay longer than 9 seconds at a time, usually. But in the beginning, that's what we say. But with experience, you stay really the time that you need in order to feel that there's warmth and chi flowing in your fingers. Okay, so once you feel that, we loosen the space around the navel. So you use the tip of your fingers and you play a little bit with the skin. So you unstick the skin from around the navel, from the spine. You really want to work from the spine. Feel the connection between the navel and the spine. And breathing there. Okay, so you're loosening loosening the aorta from the spine. Get it unstuck. Because it gets easily stuck. So breathing in through the third eye, breathing out with the heart sound through the heart. Down into the navel. So using the warmth of the heart to make the navel nice and soft and warm. Rocking. Okay, so you feel the skin is soft, the fascia, the tissue, the connective tissue, that's the most important thing to get relaxed. Now, inhale, again, through the third eye, through the heart, under your fingers. Exhale. Now you just let your fingers sink down through the navel. Relax the navel as much as you can until you feel that your fingertips are touching the navel, through the navel, touching the pulse of the navel. So most people, you want to be a little bit on the left side of the navel first, perhaps, in order to feel where the aorta is coming through. You're going to get your fingers directly on the aorta. And little by little, you're going to start to feel a pulse in your fingers. But sometimes you have to press really strong. Depends on how strong your pulse is. Okay, so let's do a little bit of laughing. So try to laugh with your navel. Okay, and relaxing, smiling down. And feel it. Feel how your fingers can really sink down like through butter. And touch the spine practically. Huh? So you need to sort of trap the aorta between your fingers and the spine. So is everyone okay? Are you feeling a pulse there or not? Yes. Yes? Anyone not feel? Raise your hand. Okay, fine, good. So you hold it about 9 beats. Count 9 times, 9 pulses, and then you release very slowly so that you create a suction. Release very slowly. And it should create like a... And inhale a little bit and to bring the breath there. And just feel, so now you do nothing and just feel okay. Breathe normally. Do you feel more warmth? More energy there? Yes. Huh? Okay, so we try it one more time. We do it 3 times. Inhale. Exhale. Use a little bit the heart sound is good, so you dilate the throat. Open the heart. As soon as you open the heart, you feel that the pulse activates under your fingers. And compress, so really press the aorta against your spine. You kind of trap it. And when you have it compressed against the spine, it's like you're squeezing a tube and you're building up more blood, more chi in the solar plexus, in the organs. So maintain the pressure. 9 pulses, pulse beats. Count them. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Release. And breathe normally. And just feel the flow. Sorry, I went a little fast. Okay, we do the 3rd time. Inhale through the 3rd eye, down through the heart, through the navel. Exhale, use the heart sound, open the heart. Send the warm heart energy down through your fingers. Relax the navel. So you try to feel the pulse and feel the beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Release your fingers. Breathe normally. And just feel the flow. Question? It's okay? Which fingers? Any fingers. You just use it. You use the first 3 fingers, the index, major, and the ring finger. Both. Yeah, both. The fingers of both hands is good. But you can just use one hand also if you need, but do it on yourself. You need a little more pressure when you do it on yourself. So 2 hands is good. If you do it on someone, maybe just 1 hand is enough. Okay, great. So do you feel that you feel a pulse in the dentin? Okay, we have a question.
Why we are feeling more on the left-hand side?
Why are we feeling more on the left-hand side?
Yeah.
Okay, very good question. Because the aorta comes from the heart, and the heart is a little bit on the left of our body. So it's like a tube when it comes out from the heart, it's on the same side of the heart. So it goes down on the left, but the vena cava, the return blood, comes back up more on the right side to go back inside the heart.
There is no pulse over the right-hand side.
Okay, so yes, very good question. On the right side, you can't really feel a pulse.
Yeah.
You'll feel more like you can feel the echo of a pulse.
Yes. Okay.
Confirms what you're feeling?
Yeah.
Yes, good. Okay, because this is the same as when we open the wind gates, right? So as we go to the points around the navel, we're actually opening the wind gates using the pulse. So on the left side wind gates, you will feel easily a pulse very strongly, but the right side wind gates, you will feel not much, you'll feel the echo of the pulse. It's normal, yes. Question?
When I press, I feel the pulse increases like the intensity. If I press, even it like tries, the pulse gets more and more intense. We should press until the pressure of the pulse decreases or not? I mean, to press until I don't feel the pulse, or it's okay that I feel even more pulse when I...
Yes, normally you feel more pulse. When you compress the pulse, you will feel it more strongly. It's normal.
So it's okay.
You
don't need to feel less. I mean, I was wondering if I have to press stronger, then I don't feel it anymore.
Yes, well, if you press too strong, then you don't feel it anymore. Is that what you say? And if
yeah, but what is the right way to do it? To press until you don't feel it anymore?
No. You press until you want to feel it. Yes. Don't press too hard. If you don't feel it anymore, then that's not good either. It's too much. Because, you don't want to completely close the artery. You just want to diminish. You just want to intensify the pressure. So you want to bring it just almost closed, but not closed. You need to keep blood and chi still flowing in between. If you close completely, if you press and then no more pulse, then that's not part of the technique. Okay? It's a very good question. Yeah, very important. Good observation. Any other question? Okay, good. So everyone is feeling this one. So now let's move up from the navel and let's do the aorta pulses because now we get more chi flowing in the organs. Okay, so we're going to work between the navel to the solar plexus to the sternum. So what we call the celiac trunk is the name of our anatomical area, but that's really where all the organ root pulses are situated. So from the navel, let's work up. So we're going to use our two hands. If it's on ourselves, you just go above the navel. Inhale, exhale. And try to feel just a little bit on the left side so you stay on the aorta, how you can compress the aorta, but not completely close it. Just compress it enough so that you feel that the pulse is actually intensifying. It's like pushing your fingers up a little bit. And that's actually bringing more blood, more chi into the organs, into the arteries that are flowing from there. So actually, just above the navel, we're at the place where the arteries come out that nourish the genital organs. It's the genital pulse, this area, which is you'd think that it would be low, but it's actually just above. Because before, when we were embryos, our genital organs were at the level of our kidneys. So they were very close together. So you do a little bit of flushing there, press, just enough until you feel that the pulse intensifies, gets stronger, and then you do the 9 pulse beats and release and feel that there's more blood flow. Then we move up the next one. So each time you just move up like 1 centimeter. And so you're on a different root pulse. So now we're more on the pulses connected to the kidneys, the renal pulse, and the mesenteric pulse also, which is connected to the intestines, the small and large intestine. So you can probably feel when you practice, you'll be able to start feeling where the blood is actually going, and you can direct the blood where you need it. If you feel, okay, I need more blood in my small intestine, for example, or in my large intestine, you press on this root pulse, and you get more blood there in your intestine. So you'll see the connection also with the breath. Now, if you do it with a little bit of apnea, a little bit holding the breath on the exhale, you get more suction power. If you do it when you're inhaling, you get a little bit more compression power. So release, and then moving up again. Very closer and closer to the heart. The closer we go, now we're getting to the digestive arteries, the splenic artery and the hepatic artery, which nourish the spleen and the liver. So this will really help you. I think this is one of the best treatments that you can give to yourself everybody always has problem, oh, I don't have enough energy in my spleen, or too much energy in my liver, or this kind of imbalance is very easy to have in the energy. So just by working on bringing more blood and balancing the pulse, already the root pulses of our organs, we can really give a treatment to our organs and bring them to better balance. Okay, so let's make an experiment like what I showed you with Sabine. You hold one hand on your spleen, for example, and the other hand just at the root pulse of the spleen, on the aorta, and you press the two hands together, like a pumping. So the hand that on the aorta doesn't move. It stays very stable. It just holds the pulse. But the other hand, you can pump it a little bit and do the spleen sound, the H-O. And you'll start feeling that more blood is coming into your spleen. And then you release and inhale. So sometimes it takes a few moments to feel the results of the treatment. So you feel the blood flowing. Voila. And you can do the same thing for the liver. What time do we finish? Okay. So for the liver, you hold the root pulse on the aorta. Inhale, exhale. And then you hold the right side, the liver. So the hand on the aorta just stays very stable. You press straight into the aorta and compress it against the spine. Make sure it's really compressed against the spine, not too hard, but just hard enough so that you feel something pushing against your finger. And then the other hand comes and pumps the liver pulse on the right side. Just very gently pulsing and bringing more blood. And this really helps for any kind of syndrome of the stagnation of the qi in the liver. This will unstagnate the liver. Pump, pump, 3, 4. So it has to be a regular rhythm. 7, 8, 9. And release. Breathing and just feel the result. Now just put your hands on your belly and just feel, okay, I'm connecting with my pulses more and more. Amplifying your pulse. Breathing from the third eye, feeling the pulse of the third eye. Connecting with the pulse of the heart, of your spleen, of your liver. Of your navel. Getting in touch with the original pulse of your organs. So then you can always also come back and balance with the organ pulses with the navel pulse. So you can have one hand on the navel pulse and then the other hand on an organ pulse, and just try to get them to beat at the same rhythm as the pulse of the heart, so that everything starts to synchronize and get back to its original pulsing, its original rhythm. So if you feel, okay, the liver is a little out of whack, okay, you hold one hand on the liver, other hand on the navel, and you try to feel, okay, how can I, just using your intention and using the pressure, the flushing technique, direct the blood from the heart down to the liver, down to the navel, and back from the navel, up through the liver, up to the heart, etc. And you will start to synchronize and balance your internal pulses. Okay, so that's the self technique. Now, if you want, with the last 15 minutes that we have, we can work with a partner, because it's also very nice to receive from someone and to experiment what is it like to give. Now that your hands are warm, you felt it on yourself, you feel that you can, someone that you can trust that's next to you or somewhere that you feel comfortable with. And we can do this, we can just do the same thing that we just did on ourselves. Now you apply it to your partner. Okay, so I'll guide you. You can do still with starting with the navel pulse. are there any other questions? Observations? How do you feel? Just to have some feedback. Relaxed? Looks like everybody's very relaxed. Do you feel more blood flow? Yes or no? Yes? Okay. Everybody's very calm, huh? It's like, okay. So when you work on someone, it's good to always have done a little bit something on yourself first so that you feel you're nice and connected to your own pulses. Then it's easier to connect the other person to their pulse. So sit in a way where you're very comfortable. And just put your hands in front of your heart, smile a little bit. And so when you're working on someone, you just put one hand on top of the other one so that one hand is giving the pressure and the other hand is doing the listening. So you make like a sandwich with the hands. Does everyone have a partner or do you need? Okay. Everyone okay? So you're pressing with one hand and listening. So listen, try to find the pulse of the navel, slightly on the left. So now you look for the navel pulse. So sometimes it's hard to find at first, so you have to kind of do a bit of rocking and loosening the fascia, the connective tissue around the navel, so that to get the pulse flowing. Yeah, press, release, and rocking. Spiraling. And little by little starting to see how can you feel the pulse. So in the beginning we use the fingers, but you can also use the elbow if you want to experiment. Yeah, it's better to have the knees up, easier. Because then the abdomen is more relaxed, the muscles are more relaxed. So once you have the navel pulse, so use the pressure, counting the 9 beats, releasing, and maybe do that 2 or 3 times until the person will really feel that in their navel. Even when you work on the navel, they will feel it in their legs. They will feel it in the rest of their body. And once you finish with the navel, then you can start working up the aorta and working on the different organ root pulses. Okay. I think everybody's doing good. We can probably wrap it up. So I want to thank everybody. I think that everyone is now, you're right on track, so you'll be able to continue working. I'll come down and help you a little bit. So thank you very much for this occasion to present you the life pulse massage, which is a very new technique still in a way. It's a very new, old technique, but I'm very happy to be able to share it to my colleagues. And the fruit of many years of research, so I hope that you will be able to integrate it into everything you're doing. And don't forget, there's the book. You can order the book off of Amazon. It's available now if you would like to know more, study more. And we'll be teaching the workshop in Brussels also with Natasha, who is organizing it, in October. So you're welcome to come for the full training session. Thank you.